Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Bitcoin Technical Analysis. We are on 3rd of June, it's about 2:23 Chicago time, and this is the crypto cowboy that's not a cowboy. Let's take a look at Bitcoin first. I will try to do Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum today. I know I haven't done the other two in a while, but let's start with Bitcoin and see what's happening. We are still monitoring this start of the count from bottom of wave 4, move up in wave 1, bottom in wave 2, pull back in wave 2, we go up in 3 orange, and on this count we are monitoring, trying to see if we can pull back in this wave 4 and then followed by a wave 5. So here is the story. Within an impulse move, we gotta have 5 waves, and if I look at this wave 3 orange, let's say that this wave is done, you can go back and see that you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are several ways that you can count this, and I'm going to show you on the other counts, but let's take it one at a time. So here, within this 3 orange, you have the 5 wave subdivision, and considering that this wave is done, the only way you can have a wave 4 here, because originally we were starting by having a triangle here that got invalidated, and that was going to be a very simple, if you guys remember, it was going to be an A, B, C, D, E. Alright, well, this didn't happen. So in the meantime, what happened was that Bitcoin shot up higher. We took over the highs up here, and we seem to be doing a 3-wave move, not a 5-wave move. So I'm not extremely convinced of what's going on right here inside this move. Alright, I don't know exactly what this is, but for right now, I'm looking at it and I say, okay, let's go to a 6-hour chart and see what's going on in there, and say, okay, if we are going to be pulling back into a wave 4, and this is going to be either a larger triangle where we go, for example, a running triangle where we would go 3-wave move in here, and you would have an A, B, C to complete wave A. You would have another A, B, C to complete wave B. You can have another 1, 2, 3 to complete a wave C. Alright, then you can go 1, 2, 3 to complete a D. Are you tired yet? And now you can come 1, 2, 3 to complete a E, and then you can go back up higher. Alright, so this is one possibility where you would have this as a running triangle, where you would go wave A, C, and E like that, and then you would have B and D like that, and then you go up. Alright, so this is one scenario where you would have a running triangle. Possible, yeah. You can go, right? So it's 3 moves up here. Do you have a 5-wave move up here? I don't know. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I got a 3-wave move up here, so it's almost like a double zigzag in here, where you can have this split into an A, B, C. And then, so we got to monitor this. I don't want to completely ignore this. I want to look at it and see what's happening and how this develops. Alright, the other option is that you have, it's that this is an A leg down, this is a B leg up, and then you're going to have kind of a sharp drop in C, and this is what they call a running flat if you're coming down here to the bottom of wave A. But if you're coming a little bit lower, that would be an expanded flat. But this means that this, because the running flats and the expanded flats are 3, 3, 5, so you would supposed to have 3 waves here, then 3 waves up here, and then you have to have 5 waves in here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So it's very important for this to be a running flat or an expanded flat, that this move gets going to the downside in an aggressive manner, and this way you complete this wave C. Alright, it's a great wave to trade. Wave C's are amazing and they're fast and furious. So, but Bitcoin needs to prove that and get going. The way you kind of look at it is, if we are dropping below this level right here, there is a possibility that this can get going in an aggressive manner. So kind of pay attention to this, right? If you want to trade this from the short side, I would be very cautious. If you want to short it and just keep tight stops up here, let's say that this is wave 1, although this, if I go on a smaller time frame, it's only on a 3-wave move, not a 5-wave move. But if you want to short this, you would have to have the stops up here and then look to take down the lows and then keep going down. Okay, not a trading advice, but just, you know, whoever wants to trade on the short side. Then this is the ABC. So let's go back here and so these are the two scenarios that I'm watching in this wave count to kind of take us and complete this wave 4 in here, right? The wave 4 usually pulls back anywhere between 23, ideally is 38%. So if this is the top of the third wave, you are looking for a pullback almost into 58.94, let's say 6,000 area, which will kind of coincide with the bottom of this channel. Will it happen? We don't know. That's why we have to monitor these developments and see if this is going to be an expanded, a running triangle or a running flat. Let's go back and look at another count here that I have, the second one, which tells me that this wave 3 orange, it's not complete yet, and we still have to make another push up higher. But before we do that, we still have to put in a retracement, because I can go 1, 2, and then inside this I have 1, 2, this extended third wave in here, followed by a pullback in 4, and then a final wave 5. All right, so this second wave count kind of allows for a move back into this 4 blue, which would be similar in retracement with the size of this wave 2, right? So we're looking for something like this back here, right? This can develop into a triangle or a flat or whatever, just to kind of get us this correction that it's matching the second wave up here to go up and complete this 5 blue in here. All right, and what I've done, since already this is a pretty extended wave, this was supposed to go, let me just get off my marker here. So when you can see this third wave, right, the multiple, it's almost 423% multiple of wave 1, which is an extremely long third wave. Ideally, these waves are coming down to at about 206. Actually, they're at about 106.18. That's the ideal target. This one extended to 2618, and then the next one, and that's kind of, that's the only reason why I've anchored this up here, because this gives us the 423% multiple of wave 1. So this is the other count, and then I have one more, which is this one. It's extremely bullish. I don't think this is going to happen. If I go to a 1-day chart, you can see how basically here I'm allowing for this third wave to go even higher, and what I'm doing here, I'm going with the 1, 2, and then this 3 orange goes all the way up there, but it still subdivides into 3, 4, and then this is 1, 2, 1, 2. But for this to happen, it would mean that our third wave here has to basically start shooting through the roof. So if this doesn't happen, then this wave here, I'm not even going to mess around with it. It's just going to get invalidated. And this is kind of my third option into the wave count, but I do have to keep an eye on it and see how it reacts and if I'm getting any traction on it. So far, it doesn't seem to be that way. Because even if this is, let's say that this wave 1 is wrong, and it probably should go more here than back here, because this is this move up here, this move bothers me a lot, and I don't know if you can count this as a 5th wave move, but it's in 5 wave, but it's only an A, B, C. So that's what I kind of had it as a flat or a WXY, where you go here as a wave, 3 wave move, 3, 3, 3 in a W, X, and then Y up here. You like my Y? All right, there you go. And then I move up higher. But for right now, it looks like, even though we might have in here a 5 wave move and then a pullback and then go back up higher, it's very possible. So that's why I don't want to discount this wave count until this lows here get taken out. Even better this one, because this would be the start of this wave 1. So 78.94, I think I've mentioned that in my commentaries. If this level here gets taken out, then this wave count becomes invalid, right? So any longs taken up here have to be taken against this level. Okay, so this is Bitcoin. Let's go and look at Litecoin next. So Litecoin, I have a couple of wave counts in here in Litecoin as well. So the first one, it's a pretty bullish scenario. It's a I don't know how it is correct, although it's a little bit aggressive, because this wave 2, it's not really supposed to be this shallow, right? Wave 2s are pulling back anywhere between 50 and 618% ideally of the wave 1, and up here all the pullback that we got, I don't think it's more than 23%. It looks pretty large to be a wave 4, so it would look like it's in wave 2, but for that to happen, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 1, pull back in 2, and then another move up here in 5 waves, pull back in 2. But if it's a 1, 2, see, the problem with 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the more you do Elliott wave, the more you'll realize this, is that they tend to blow up in your face and make an embarrassment out of you, okay? Because what you're basically calling for up here when you do a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is this move has to go parabolic. All right, the build-up in the market is so strong that a third of a third has to basically take parabolic, and it's possible, yeah, probable, I don't know. So I do have this wave count. I'm keeping an eye on it, but it's you know, it's not in a very high confidence for me for this to start basically shooting up higher through the roof. Okay, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye and monitoring this. Let's look at the 6 hour. So you can see kind of the 5-way moving here, 1, 2, 3, you know, like a nasty 4 and 5, pull back in 2, then here maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't know. I don't like it. We should have been already gone through the roof here, and we're not. This is not happening. So let's go ahead and take a look at this other one here, which says that actually this was a wave 4. So where we go, we have 1, 2, we have a large wave 3, an extended wave 3, a pullback in 4, and now we actually finished 5th wave. And if I were to choose between these wave counts, this would be the one that I would prefer, because it just looks much better, right? You would have a wave 1, wave 2, you would have 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 4 and 5, where you have the subdivisions are clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There is no overlapping here, so it's not like an ending diagonal or anything. It's just a simple move that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now, you know, we are expecting a pullback in wave 2, which, if I decompose this as a correction, it should be in, we should have a wave A here, a wave B, and a wave C. And if I put some ratios, if I go 2v1, like I said, wave 2 should pull back anywhere between 618, 50 and 618. So Litecoin in this wave count would have the possibility, and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for it to pull back towards 50%, around $50, even $42 if he really wants to get aggressive to the downside. If he wants to pull back all the way to the bottom of this wave 4, that would be about $66. So I'm going to keep this as my kind of preferred wave count for right now, calling this a finished move and looking to see if we can get a correction in Litecoin. If we keep going higher, then let's look at this and say, okay, this is 1, 2, and this is a subdivision which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this wave 3. We're pulling back into some kind of a wave 4 in here that will match this 2 here, and then we're going up higher in wave 1, and then you get your correction. Sorry, let me just get that back. I don't even care about how far this wave 3 will go. First, we will have to complete this wave 1. So these targets up here, they're just, I'm just playing, you know, just put them whatever. So for right now, if we are to make another move up higher into a wave 5, that would complete this wave green 1, then pull back into, and then we go up higher. So again, kind of monitoring this and see what happens if we're pulling back into a wave 4 and then go up into a wave 5, or if we go back into an A, B, C correction to complete this wave 2. Alright, then let's go up on Ethereum. Ethereum is basically, I think I have a couple of counts here as well. This one is the one that's my preferred count for right now, where I have a 1 2 1 2 1 2. Then I go 1 2 3 4 5, complete this 3, pull back in a small 4. Let me go to a 1-day chart. So it's 1 2. This is a subdivision here where I go 1 2, completed 3, pull back in 4, go up in 5 to complete this 3, back in 4, up in 5 to complete the larger third, then possibly a larger move down in 4 again, and then up in 5 to complete the first wave. Then we have a major pullback in wave 2, and then we go back up higher. So right now we are in this kind of parallel channel, so I'm monitoring this as my preferred count in Ethereum. Then you have this other count, which is a little bit more aggressive, where you go 1 2 3 4 5. This would be what they call a leading diagonal, where you go here and there, right? Something like that. You like my lines? So that's 1 2 3 4 5 for wave 1. Come back in 2, ABC. This is clearly a pullback, an ABC pullback. And now we're doing wave 1 of the next leg up, 2 in here, and then up in 3. Now what happens is this wave 2 can pull back more, so you can go an A, B, and then come back down, and then this here will move back here to about 50% to 618% of this move up, coming down, and then we go back up higher. So I want to allow for this wave 2 to come back a little bit more. Alright, and then I'm going to delete this, and I think I've already run you through the first wave count, which was this, right? Okay, so I guess this is all I have for right now. Let's monitor what's happening here in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and it seems that the market is a little tired, and we might get a pullback here. That's kind of my gut feeling. One thing I want to show you, and I think I missed it in the other video, was the candle chart on Bitcoin. And if I go back on a 1-day, I think I've posted this somewhere, or in one of my previous videos I was looking at the candles and I said, okay, this is a rejection week up here. This was a couple of weeks ago, and then you had this bullish engulfing, so the move up higher had to continue. There was no there was a little bit of confirmation here. I mean, when you pulled back, what I'm trying to say basically is we didn't take out the bottom of this candle for this to be invalidated, and we start pushing and making new highs. But now we're kind of stalling up here, and if I go to a 2-day chart, it still looks bullish. I don't know. On a 2-day chart, you know, there's no indication right here that the market is turning, right? I think you are having some divergences here, and that's pretty normal. So the price is making new highs, while the RSI, it's not. Right? So this could be a first indication that the market is getting tired, but until you actually get confirmation from the price, it doesn't mean much, because the market can keep go up higher and the divergences moves back, or it kind of stalls and the price keeps going. So let's keep an eye on this. I want to also look at the weekly, and let me just get off my marker, and if I go on the weekly chart here, this is just slightly worrying, and this is and when I say worrying, I'm saying for the bulls, but basically you have, after this 3 candle consolidation here, 1 2 3, you have a small one, a big candle, and then they become smaller up here, right? So after this one, the next one, it's almost like a hanging man, or however they call that, and then we follow by this doji up here. and if we make this a little bit bigger, you can kind of see it. So right now we're supposed to get a black candle on here, and that would be more indication that the market is about to reverse. If we are getting indeed, let's say, a big black candle that will come down here like this, that would start to give me an indication that this market is about to turn and come back into that larger wave for correction before we go back up higher, right? So it's very important how this week develops. If it doesn't end up being a full black candle in here, then, and we're stalling, then we can do another small candle up here and then keep going up higher, okay? Because you had another one back here, right? And look what happened. You had this candle next, and then invalidation. We took up the high of this candle, and then we shot up higher. So don't hang your hat on this bar right here until the one next to it starts giving you some confirmation that this is indeed what it's supposed to be. All right, so I guess that's all I have for today. If you like this presentation or this content, give me some thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, bye.